Well, we're back with all the updates on little Akshata, who was who is still stuck, and rescue operations are still on to save her. So, what does the family of Akshata say, Nishchita?
Well, the family, really, they do not have a choice at the moment, Shruti. They are hoping against hope that the child emerges absolutely fine from this entire ordeal. Of course, if you do go by history, most of the children have not been able to escape the kind of tragedy that such incidents befall upon them. But on the other hand, there are miracle cases like Prince, as you mentioned earlier, from Uttar Pradesh. It was a long ordeal, but because it was a fairly bigger pipe, a bigger borewell that he fell into, he managed to emerge unscathed from the entire incident. And in fact, when he was pulled out late in the night, he seemed absolutely conscious. He seemed fine. The only problem was that he had breathed in a lot of dust particles that was inside. But unfortunately, that's not the kind of luck that Akshata has at the moment. She has gone head first. The pipe is extremely narrow. She must have received oxygen hours after she fell in. The rescue officials might have reached several hours after the accident actually took place. So the odds are pretty much stacked against her, but then you can only hope that all these efforts pay off and that we do not lose yet another young child because of such an incident, such a carelessness on part of the borewell owners, or for that matter the government officials, for not closing this borewell after abandoning it.
Yeah, right, Nishchita. And we see the rescue operations, the rescue officials are digging a parallel hole. So how exactly is the rescue operation taking place? How are they planning to rescue Akshata from that borewell?
Well, now this is a two-plan setup, what we have now. There is a borewell that is almost 60 feet deep, and Akshata is stuck at the 29th level. At the 29th feet, she is stuck there. And what the NDRF personnel are trying to do is that they are trying to dig a parallel pit, which is a vertical pit. And once they reach Akshata's level, which they almost have, they have to dig a horizontal pit that will reach to her. But digging this horizontal tunnel is a very, very tricky issue. They cannot use the massive machines that they have, because then there is a possibility of the entire earth just crashing upon them, or for that matter, the noise being too deafening for the child inside and causing permanent damage as well. So that needs to be done through hand or through very delicate instruments, which will take again a lot of time. And that's the reason why we see officials not even stopping at night. They have brought in the lights, they have brought in the crew required, and they're continuing with the rescue operations. On the other hand, we have Manikandan from Tamil Nadu, in fact, who is ready with his borewell robot. So once the officials manage to secure the bottom portion of Akshata, even if they do not manage to reach her, but have given a sort of a cushioning from the rest of the borewell so that she does not fall further deep into it, then probably the robot can be used as well. But once again, she's fallen head first, which proves to be a big challenge for the rescue officials there, Shruti.
Absolutely, Nishchita. And even as rescue operations are on in full swing, many do not know how exactly little Akshata fell into the open borewell. We have tried and recreated sequence of events.
Nagathana, Bijapur. Time 7:30 p.m. 4-year-old Akshata was playing joyfully, but soon a dog began chasing her. Terrified, she began running to escape its bite. But in the melee, she fell into a 50-foot deep pit head first. The little girl was trying her best. But little did she know that she had to face something worse and something much more disastrous than a dog bite. Yes, the tiny tot fell headfirst into the borewell. The borewell is said to be around 300 feet deep. Over the years, mud and slush has reduced the depth of the borewell to 60 feet. Akshata, who fell into the borewell, is said to be stuck at a depth of 29 feet from ground level.
Well, there we have it. In fact, that was how Akshata exactly fell into this borewell. It brings to light the bigger issue of the fact that these borewells are left abandoned, unattended, indiscriminately dug in different parts of Karnataka. Not only Karnataka, for that matter, across the country we have seen this issue come to light, be it in Haryana, be it in UP, in Tamil Nadu, in Karnataka. In different parts of the country we have seen children fall prey to these borewells because they're small enough to fall inside them. And it also brings to light the larger issue of the fact that these children need to be instructed that do not go near these borewells, understood that the officials have fallen short, the owners of these borewells have fallen short, they have not barricaded it, they have not closed it, but at the end of the day these children are falling prey to it, and hence it's better that, you know, all these little children who are playing around, the children of laborers who are left unattended most of the time, are warned previously itself that they do not approach any of these open pits and be very, very careful about them.
Yeah, absolutely, Nishita. Not just the officials and the children. In fact, there should be some surveillance on the part of the parents as well, and they should keep a keen eye on their children as to where they are going. They should keep a keen eye on the movements of their children as well. Don't you think, Nishti?
Absolutely. Well, in fact, the parents need to keep a keen eye, but unfortunately in this case the parents are laborers, and they were around, they were on this field, they were working, but their little child was playing with other children. It was just that a dog came by and she ran across. If you look at it in hindsight, we can see a lot of things. We can say that she should have been warned, the parents should have taken care of, but then it all seems a little too incidental. The parents are working as usual, the child is playing as usual. They wouldn't have imagined in their wildest dreams that such an incident can come their way and threaten their own child's life. Well, my colleague Akshata joins us live from the field now, from Ground Zero, where the rescue operations are continuing unabated. Well, Akshata, take us through all the latest updates.
Well, the digging is continuing, Nishita. We have gotten reports from the officials that it will go through all through the night. About 12 a.m. or 2 a.m. is when we're expected to, in fact, get the girl. But, of course, there's no exact time. It will depend on how hard that particular rock is. In fact, as you can see, the NDRF personnel are present there personally. They are ensuring, of course, that they measure first. They're looking into exactly how deep it is as of now. In fact, just a couple of seconds earlier, Nishita, they sent a measuring tape down from right on top and measure exactly how deep it is. And of course, post that, also the officials are present there. They're trying to see if, in fact, it's filled with stone. As you can see, that wall there is complete stone, and that is what is the biggest cripple, the biggest handicap with regards to the rescue operation. There's been such an inordinate delays because of the same. In fact, you can see that now it looks like they're all set to go ahead and man it themselves. You can see the fire department, the fire officials are present there. They're taking down the ladder. They will be climbing down there themselves personally, is what we understand. And of course, it looks like they're all set to start digging personally on their own. So it looks like as of now they're going to start with their actual digging, wherein they're going to go in their Nishita. Of course, we've been talking about this for quite some time. We've been talking about the fact that they will be going horizontally as well, and that is something that will take place now, is what we understand. They will start using the spade, of course, and pushing through that particular stone. Won't be easy, but considering that now we're looking at that development, no doubt it will make a huge difference. Maybe we could see things speed up now. All this while, and I've been here for quite some time, they've only been pretty much using the JCBs, digging out the mud, and then going ahead and using the drill of sorts, which will loosen the stone, and then once again digging it out, and finally it has led to that deep massive crater of sorts there. And finally, of course, now the officials themselves have reached there, and they are going to be going into it horizontally. Now, once that happens, Nishita, to once again highlight exactly what will take place, they will go into it horizontally and they will start stuffing mud in. And once, of course, they do that, they will ensure that there's a base for 4-year-old Akshata there, that she doesn't fall completely if, in fact, the device that Manikatan has created doesn't just nudges and she happens to fall down. She won't fall down 300 feet. So that even if something happens, she just has a minimal drop. What we understand is that that particular depth is about 36 feet is what is a rough estimate. Of course, the officials haven't given us a number, but initially they told us that they're planning to dig up to 36 feet. And now, as you can see, they're putting down the ladder. Several of them are going to go down there themselves. They're going to use a spade Nishita, and then go ahead and break through that stone. It will not be easy, of course, of course, let's quickly take a look at exactly what's taking place there as well. They will be going right down, of course. It will not be easy for them. It's very, very deep, Nishita. In fact, I can't exactly show you the depth from here, but actually if you step down there, it's a lot deeper. So they are going to be going down there. We understand that about 4 to 5 officials could be involved in going ahead and ensuring that they put that spade through and then go through it horizontally as well, Nishita.